Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, August 12th, and we're on a mission this morning. Got to get those sheep separated this morning. Here, sheep, here, sheep. Sheep are very curious, so usually when I walk out on the pasture, they're quick to follow. So we're going to see if we can get them up here, and the big thing is going to be how the heck are we going to separate them? And the challenge here, so if you guys aren't familiar with our farm, the challenge is Bucky, our ram. He can be aggressive, so got to be careful around him. Rams, if you don't know, rams can put a world of hurt on you pretty quickly if you do get hit by one of them. So they have a tremendous amount of force, so we gotta always watch. Again, a lot of people would probably say, put him in the freezer, get rid of him, but he has been a very good breeder over the first year for us, so we're going to deal with him. But that's what makes this so difficult. Otherwise, you get in here with your sheep and they're pretty easy to move around. Sheep, sheep. All right, so I got our biggest challenge up here. If we can get the rest to come up here and graze a little bit, we'll be in business. It is definitely a waiting game sometimes with these animals. All right, so I'm here. I got the gate shut. Hopefully that ram is still in here. He hasn't gone out yet, so I'm really hoping that he's still in here. The other sheep are up here on the pasture. They're grazing away. I think we might have did it. Just as I say that, go figure. I don't see him in here. He must be out with the others. This is just comical. They're all out here on the pasture, just loving life. So we are getting to the point where I'm even questioning, is it even worth trying to separate them again? They've been together for almost a day and a half. The owner did assure me there were no worm issues. The farm did look clean where they're coming from. They did have beautiful pastures where you could tell they were clearly rotating. Some of it was obviously mowed down, and there was greener stuff, and it got kind of greener as you went out. So that's always good indicators, but that doesn't always mean you're in the clear. You never necessarily want to just take someone's word because maybe they just don't know. I will say they are loving this pasture though. What do you think, Molly? Sheep, 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 sheep. They definitely respond to me calling, which is kind of cool. All right, we're gonna try this again. Come on, Bucky. All right, Bucky, come on. In. There we go, there we go. Keep on going. All right, girls, come on. There we go. You stay, you stay. Sorry, ma'am. Don't even think about it. All right, well, 2 for the sheep and nothing for us. We gotta try again later. Got some leaves over the ram pump. There we go. So it is a difficult start to the morning, but we're gonna roll with the punches. We got a pig feeder to build. We just got the ram pump rolling. We're gonna go in, kiddos should be up, so that's the best time of the day, and the kiddos and the wife wake up. We're gonna have a family breakfast, and then we're gonna be out. All right, so the whole family was up and rocking. We had a delicious breakfast this morning, and now we're walking over. We're gonna take a look at the chickens, and we're gonna move some turkeys today. So if you've been wondering why all these Christmas trees are in the backgrounds of all our videos, we're actually fortunate enough to be connected to my mom and dad's farm. They actually have a Christmas tree farm here in Pennsylvania. Our farms do butt up against each other, and we actually work together with chickens and turkeys as well. So basically the way it works, my dad's kind of taken on, I guess you'd say, the poultry side of the farm. He basically handles the chickens, the tractoring, the turkeys, and we're handling the larger animals to this point. So we're gonna dive into that today. We're gonna show you the chickens first, and we'll explain a little more. All right, so we're over here at the chickens, and as you can see behind us, we have about 50 Cornish cross in these 2 tractors. But before we really dive into kind of the how and what we're doing with these chickens, I did want to tie a couple things together for you. So like I talked about on the way over here, my family does have a Christmas tree farm here in Pennsylvania. So my mom and dad are connected to our property. And then my brother is also involved in the operation as well. So typically we'll kind of team up with the chicken and the turkey process. My dad handles the daily responsibilities, and then we'll kind of all team together to butcher come butchering day. We've been raising these chickens now for a few years, and we've definitely learned some things over the past couple of years. We'll typically stick with majority Cornish cross. We also will run the Red Freedom Rangers as well. On average, yearly, we're gonna run anywhere from 100 to 200 chickens. Last year, I believe the number was 180. So we split that between 3 families. That's 60 chickens each family. That's plenty to last us throughout the year, and a little bit of surplus there as well. We tend to give some away to the in-laws and have larger dinners like that as well. So plenty of chickens to go around for everybody. Now we're gonna get into the whole process, how we're going to do this, and we're going to tell you kind of the horror stories that have occurred this year, because this year has definitely been the most difficult year raising chickens on our farm. All right, guys, so you can see the first tractor right here behind us, and it's pretty widely known with anybody that's kind of into the homesteading movement, into raising your own chickens. This is pretty much a Siskovich model chicken tractor, so definitely a very effective model here. It's essentially a wooden framed mobile chicken coop for people that aren't familiar with chicken tractors. And basically what you're going to do, you're going to move this daily. That way the chickens can forage on the pasture. They're also going to get supplemented with feed inside there. It's completely enclosed. You can see a nice doorway here, and you see other designs that are out there, very small. Even this one right next to us, it's tough to get in, it's tough to feed. Having this nice doorway allows you to kind of get in there without having to bend over and break your back. So this is definitely a really nicely designed chicken tractor. So you can get a pretty good look inside from here. I did just try to get in there and they all went running out, so I don't want to be chasing chickens, especially with the dog here. But anyway, you got your feed trough kind of right here up the center, just hanging down. Like I said, you're just going to supplement feed there, and then you have your water dish over here on the side. This is a measly bunch. There's only a few in here. Like I said, we've lost a bunch, but basically you're going to move these every day. You're going to move them the length of the tractor here, which is what, 8 to 10 feet. And then you can see in the back, they're going to leave a nice trail. They're going to have everything mowed down, all that chicken manure. That is going to be great for your development of your pasture. We also have this old tractor here. This is this one's seen its better days. It's kind of on its last leg here. As you can see, it's kind of falling apart. We do have a bunch of chickens in here, and this is the design that we've kind of gone away from. I believe this was one of the original tractors that we've used, and it's a little larger, but it's definitely not as easy to move. You can't really get in there as much. You flip the lid up, the lid breaks over time. So I would definitely recommend using one of these tractors as well. So you can see as the dog runs around, these chickens are hypersensitive. Unfortunately, they have been exposed to a lot of predators this year, and I'm going to talk about that now. So we started the summer planning on raising about the same, about 150 to 180. We ran our first run back in June with really limited issues, which has kind of been the norm over the last couple of years. We processed, everything was good there. It was a smaller batch. I believe it was about 45 or so chickens. But this run was it started at 100 chickens, or roughly 100 chickens, give or take. And unfortunately, we're down under 50. And we've had some mass casualty here. Fox, and they have been a real nuisance down here in the tractors. And it's a mystery really how they're getting in here. I mean, these things, they hug the ground. You actually take the wheels off in the back, and that's why we have this hand truck here, basically to get in under there and lift it to move it forward. So it's a mystery really how they're getting in there, but they are finding a way. So we are going to have limited amounts of chicken this year, but due to previous planning years past of having a little excess, we're going to be fine. We're going to have the pork like I've been talking about. We have plenty of pork to go around. We have turkeys, which we're going to show you here in a little bit, and then we're going to have some lamb as well. So plenty of meat to go around on the farm. Not the end of the world, but obviously you don't ever want to lose part of your poultry flock. So that's pretty much it for the chickens. You can see over here in the background, we do have the other 2 tractors that remain vacant. We'll use them again next year. They're gonna last a long time, but this is what we got left. Like I said, it's roughly 50, maybe a little less than 50. We're gonna process these next week, and we're really excited to show you kind of the whole video there, the whole process on how we get them out of here, because it can be a little bit of a circus from time to time, to getting them up in the cones, to getting them in the cooler, and getting them into your freezer. All right, guys, we're over here at my parents' house. You see the turkeys here behind us, and we got a couple more chickens here. But we're gonna focus in on moving these turkeys. And real quick, there are a few differences in raising turkeys as compared to chickens. The turkeys here are in this electric netting, so they have a little bit of a pasture to graze on. Turkeys will take down a lot of grass. They're great lawn mowers, if you will. They have your mobile coop here behind, so they do have some shelter. And then they're also gonna need a place to roost, as you can see kind of here in the back. But aside from that, the basic fundamentals of raising turkeys is very similar. The only thing is you do have to move them just like you would a chicken tractor. And moving the net can be a little bit tricky, as these birds tend to get a little excited. They tend to get all over the place. So we're gonna do that now and take a look. So we are only moving these a little bit. You can see we're gonna have a fresh strip of grass here. Really the reason behind that, we're gonna actually butcher these next week. So they don't need a whole lot of extra green. Move the net over a couple feet and it'll be plenty for the rest of the week until butchering time. All right, there you have it. Got our 6 turkeys behind us. Like I said, this is gonna be their last bit of pasture before butchering next week. Got 6 here. Each one is probably roughly 15 to 20 pounds. We'll get a final weight coming next week. But until then, turkeys are gonna enjoy this fresh green, and we'll see them again next weekend. So all we're doing now is hooking up the charger. What's growing?
The kale.
The kale?
Yeah.
Saturday night, and Mama mowed right up to the fence. Looks great. Look at that. Oh, down to the yard. Beautiful. Mommy did mow it. Mommy mows every weekend.
But why? What do sheepies eat?
What do sheepies eat?
Yeah.
What do you think sheepies eat?
Why eat sheepies?
What does the cow eat?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the sheep eat then?
Yeah.
There we go, piggies. There we go, piggies. So this will be the first evening after we put feed in the chicken coop, and we're gonna test it. I'm not expecting results in a day. I mean, that's probably unrealistic, so we'll see what we see, but I bet you one thing. I bet you broody hen's still there. Has anybody ever seen a water this color? What do we got coming up in the old garden?
Sunflower.
So we picked the sunflower, and her day is made.
It's towards the sun. I'm trying to find it by itself. The ram.
You wanna see the new ram?
Yeah.
Broody hen. No eggs. Oh my gosh. These chickens did not eat a thing. That means there's plenty of food out on the pasture, which is a good thing, but that means they're laying their eggs somewhere else. So at least we cracked that code. We're still doing this egg mystery, but this is getting so frustrating for us. Did we close the pig gate? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I don't What are you gonna do with that flower?
And I'm gonna show this to Mama.
Oh, what do you think Mommy's gonna think?
It's beautiful. That's right. Me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the pump.
All right, everybody. Another Saturday night in the books. We got a ton done today. We had a great day out here. Beautiful weather here in Pennsylvania. If you like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up. I'll give you a buckets up and subscribe to our page. Guys, enjoy your Saturday night. We're gonna go in, we're gonna have a great supper, and the kiddos are gonna go night-night. Wifey and I are gonna enjoy some time together, relaxing. Enjoy your evening, guys. Thanks for watching.